Why Wilmington, North Carolina? I'm here to tell you what this city has to offer and everything that comes with it. Are you looking for shops, restaurants, entertainment, concert venues, and everything else that a big city has? Well, this little city on the river has that feel and much more. In this video, I'm going to walk you through some of the things there is out there to do here and to get done. So let's get right into it and I'll show you everything. So here we are in Wilmington, North Carolina, located in the southeast section of the state. It's really one of the only major cities in this state that's located right on the water. If you're looking for that city feel and you want to be right on the ocean to be able to access the water and everything that comes with it, Wilmington is your spot in North Carolina. Right here on the Cape Fear River, which you can see splits New Hanover County and Brunswick County to the west. The river itself flows all the way south for probably about 5-6 miles into the ocean. And another feature you can see here is we have the USS North Carolina, the battleship that was used in the Second World War. If you're looking for something to do or something to explore, they allow tours, and it will take up a whole day and a ton of information and history. Like myself, I love it, and I'll go over there frequently. Here we are in the north end of downtown Wilmington. You can see behind me, it's the Cape Fear River pointing up north, but you'll see lining the river itself, you'll see a bunch of hotels and some tourists and museums, kind of taking up that popular riverfront property. Back here, you'll see some houseboats right on the water here that are docked. A lot of these houseboats, here's a little secret for you. You can rent them on Airbnb for, 1 night, 2 nights, whatever you desire. So you can search for that, but it's just become very popular here, not only for people moving down and kind of settling here, but also tourism and vacationers. Let's see if we can get up to the rooftop bar. I believe it's called Cloud 9, sitting in this hotel. Get up there and get you guys some crazy footage of the river in downtown Wilmington. Listen, unfortunately, we weren't able to get up there today. It's a Tuesday afternoon. So because we tried to and we couldn't, we ended up behind bars. Just kidding. But we couldn't get up there today. But next time we shoot down here, we'll try and get up there and show you that. But come on, let's go check out some other stuff. Listen, when you start to see a city that's becoming more and more popular by the day and the population grows, there's signs of it. Just this area down the north end of Nut Street, downtown, about 10-15 years ago, was extremely undeveloped. Now you can kind of see that they've not only put in the convention center, but they put a ton of apartments in. Over here, you're gonna have your college, Cape Fear Community College, and the city just bought this building within the last year or two where they're moving a bunch of their operations. The population in this area in the 2010s for New Hanover, Pender, and Brunswick grew 14%, 19%, and 27% just in the 2010s respectively. New Hanover County since 2020 has grown another 10%. It's a popular area, very desirable, and we have waves of people moving down here. All right, back in 2021, I believe, the Live Oak Bank Pavilion at Riverfront Park, I wanted to make sure I got that correctly, I had to look at it, opened up. I believe it's part of the Riverfront Park, but it's obviously a concert and an event venue. It holds about 7,000 people, I believe about 2,500 seats, and then the rest standing room only. It really has grown in popularity over the last few years. Each year there's more and more events coming in. It's another one of the factors that's bringing people into the city. It may not be new residents, but it's guests, visitors, and tourists coming in to see the different shows. It gets really busy during the summer months. All right, here's the other piece of the Riverfront Park. Obviously the Live Oak, which we already spoke about, is in the background, but the city has also put this kind of green space in here, park, some stuff for the kids and families. It's all part of this complex and kind of the north end development that we spoke about before. And we're running out of space here, but basically they're trying to use every inch and make it something special for all the residents and tourists coming in. Obviously a city that's located right on the water, just like Wilmington, is going to have their marina. So down here in downtown, it's Port City Marina, which is located kind of on the northern end. And back here, two of my favorite restaurants. You have the Marina Grill, along with tequila, right here on the waterfront. I know we touched on the USS North Carolina in the intro, but I just popped down here. It's kind of the strip here in Wilmington where they have some of the war memorials and other memorials. Since it is mid-November, and I think last week was Veterans Day, I thought it appropriate to kind of jump over here and touch base on it. Couple quick facts about the USS North Carolina. It was first commissioned in 1941. It was known as one of the fast ships. So when it came out, it was one of the fastest ships that we had in our fleet for World War II. 1942, it survived a torpedo hit. Wasn't too much damage from what I've read, but I know they kind of quickly repaired and fixed it and got it back into commission and active. It has sat here, I believe, since 1961. It popped around, but finally in 1961, they decommissioned it, sat it over here, and it's become kind of a memorial and museum since then, just on the other side of the river. All right, downtown here on Water Street, behind me we have the Alton Lennon Building. It was originally named after, I believe, a congressman, then senator, local to this area. It was damaged in Hurricane Florence, so it went through a major renovation from 2018. I believe it reopened at some point in 2024. So now it's back reopened and being, actively used right here. All right, here we are, the westernmost piece of Market Street, kind of one of the main drags that runs east all the way up to, I believe, Pender County. But this is where it meets Water Street downtown, and it kind of encapsulates so much. It's the almost hub vacuum of downtown. And this is where they do the Christmas lighting that's going to happen. Right now it's November 18th. It's going to happen next Friday, I believe. It's the day after Thanksgiving. They do it. This is the week before. And kind of this shot and everything going on right here sums up one of the main reasons that people from the north, northeast, just like myself, kind of want to come down here. I've tried to show you everything that this city has to offer as it becomes kind of major and offers everything you're going to get in some of the major cities up from the north or even the south. But at the same time, it's the climate, right? It's the middle of November. I'm out here in a t-shirt. We got the Christmas tree behind us. The climate is second to none, if you ask me. I'm almost sweating because it's hot down here in the middle of the day, but just wanted to kind of grab all this and show you everything that this has come next week as the season enters December and we get closer and closer to Christmas time. You'll see more and more decorations and everything going on down here, and a lot of activities that the city is going to kind of provide during that season. All right, here we are once again down at the water. Just kind of want to talk a little bit about why I moved down to Wilmington, North Carolina, southeastern North Carolina. Behind me, you can kind of see the Cape Fear Memorial Bridge, which connects Brunswick County to the west, New Hanover County to the east. But still, the population's booming comparative to most parts of the country, where people are kind of flocking. You obviously have the climate, but the other thing you have is kind of the backfill on the city and commercial types like the shops, restaurants, and everything else that's kind of backfilling and providing a similar feel to where you're coming from in the Northeast with much more populous areas. All right, here we are located Front Street, one block up from the water, right here in the heart of downtown Wilmington. This is where you're gonna get everything commercial, right? Your restaurants, your shops, your coffee shops, your bars, everything else it has to kind of offer. If you're looking to shop, come down here, one block up, you're gonna run into a bunch of that. A lot of award-winning restaurants, any type of fare. Of course, seafood's always the most popular because we're right here down in the water and ocean, with fishing going on right down the road. All right, we talked about climate, right? What's the other draw down here? Being on the beach. People love being on the beach. Just in New Hanover County, you have 3 beachside communities: Wrightsville Beach, Carolina Beach, and Curry Beach. Carolina Beach and Curry Beach are to the south, Wrightsville to the east. So you have those 3 beachside communities that come. Of course, the population will boom in the summer months, but it's become very desirable for second homes, even primary living and investment properties. What's the beach have to offer down here, maybe comparative to some places up in the north? Well, it's the time you can use it during the year. Down here you get realistically 6, 7, sometimes even 8 months, depending on the climate and the weather, to use the beach and get in the water. That is one of the reasons why it's so popular down here. People come down here, they get the big city feel in Wilmington, and they get the beachside communities that they can utilize more than half the year. There's also a ton of beaches if you go west to Brunswick, essentially starting with Southport. Not much beach there, but you go a little west to Oak Island. You go north up to Pender, that's where you're gonna hit your Topsail Beach, all the way north, heading all the way basically up until Camp Lejeune and Emerald Isle and everything else on Bowbanks. One of the other tourist attractions here is you'll see this carriage being, well, I guess, dragged by horses. This specific carriage runs on 2 horsepower. Can't do a video downtown Wilmington without coming up to 3rd Street and showing you the best sandwich in town, Cousins Italian Deli. They're open Monday through Friday for lunch only. It's one of those places. When you place restricts their hours like that, you know they have a good sandwich. Another thing I have to mention they do, and I'm still waiting to get in here, I do have a reservation coming up. They do family style dinner Friday and Saturday night. And another free plug here, cousins, hopefully you see this. They just opened a pizza place out on Kerr Avenue, which my family and I love. All right, here's another one. You're gonna do a video down here in downtown Wilmington. Cannot exclude the Cotton Exchange. Here we are in the kind of little throughway of the Cotton Exchange. They're starting to get ready for Christmas too. It's got your shops, your restaurants, your tours, and everything else kind of sucked into one. They have their own parking out back. So it's a great spot to kind of come, whether you're driving here or just to kind of pop in and enjoy a coffee or a meal or some local shopping. Thanks for coming along today and let me show you some of the things that not only downtown Wilmington has to offer, but also Pender, Brunswick, and the rest of New Hanover County. So if you like this video and some of the other content I put out, please like, subscribe, and send me a message. Let me know how else I can help. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.